motion, we open the commissioners meeting at 2:00.
I second it. I second it.
Okay, all in favor? The motion has been carried, the meeting is commencing. Okay, so I'm gonna go right to the agenda. I'm gonna tell everyone, so that it's on recording, that Virginia is away, but she is on and coming to us on this meeting via her phone, my phone and her phone, so she's on speaker, and we are accepting that she will be present by phone for this board meeting. All in favor? I'm looking for a motion to accept Virginia to be here.
I make a motion, we accept.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, you're all set, Virginia. All right, so roll call. Virginia, you're up first.
Virginia Fleming, present.
Robert O'Keefe, present.
Mary Ann Petruski, present.
Nancy Brown, present.
Barbara Keith, present.
Okay, I will do, so everybody doesn't groan, I will read the minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm gonna go really fast because we have a stack of stuff to go. Okay, so Warren Housing Authority Board of Commissioners minutes for the March 29th, 2023 board meeting. The roll call, everyone was present. Lynn Duffy O'Shea was present via FaceTime. Other attendees were the WTTO officer Shirley Kahn and members of the WTTO. The meeting was called to order at 10 a.m. by the chair, a first by Virginia, a second by Robert O'Keefe. Motion passed. Chairperson's comments. The chairperson instructed the public attendees that, according to our attorney's advice, the board meets to conduct business of the Housing Authority and there will be no public comments during the board meetings. That's not for every board meeting. That is when time allows. It'll be on the agenda. It has been on the agenda as questions or concerns. It will now be on the agenda as public comments. The executive director runs the day-to-day operations of the Housing Authority, and any questions involving such should be directed to the office of the director. Accepting minutes of the February 23rd meeting, the March 1st meeting, the March 8th meeting, the March 23rd meeting. A motion was made by Barbara Keith, seconded by Robert O'Keefe, and the motion passed unanimously to accept those minutes. Executive Director's report. The community lighting is taking place now. In regards to the sump pump, they need a couple of revisions, so they're redesigning it. Update on the road, no answers yet. One of Nancy's tasks was to do a monthly bill voucher list, which she did. We now have it, and it will make it easier to approve our warrants. Community room furniture. The last of the, I'm getting ahead. We are in the process of acquiring new furniture for the community room. Hence, you're all sitting in some of it. Nancy and Mary Ann will be getting the new TV this weekend, and hopefully it will be a 65-inch. Hence, you look down there, you see the 65-inch TV. The coin machine for the laundry room is here. It changes $1, $5, $10, and $20 bills. Because we voted to reinstall the cameras and put them in the back also, we are working on getting the camera back in the laundry room, and once that is done, the coin machine will be operational. Cameras in, coin machine is operational. Financials, a motion was made by Barbara Keith and seconded by Lynn Duffy O'Shea not to review or approve a vote on the financials at this meeting. The motion was passed unanimously. Warrant. A motion to accept the warrant, except for Fire Service Group for $500, was made by Virginia Fleming and seconded by Robert O'Keefe. The motion passed unanimously. Adjournment. The motion was made by Lynn Duffy O'Shea to adjourn the meeting and seconded by Virginia Fleming. The motion passed unanimously and the meeting was adjourned at 10:50 a.m. I'm looking for a motion to approve the minutes for the meeting of March 29th, 2023.
I make the motion, we approve the minutes from March 29th.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Minutes approved, motion carried. Okay, what's next? ED report.
That's not the ED, I noticed it.
Thank you. The patio plans, they are working on the patio plans as well as the flow of the water from the building so that it doesn't build up anywhere. and he's working on that new design of that. The sump pumps, they have changed a couple of changes as to where the water will again come in, that's over what comes over the road right up to Jim's place. The update on the road, they still have it on the agenda, but I have no idea when they'll do it. They have no answers for me. The coin machines and the camera are now working in the laundry room, so that's good.
That's me. Okay, thank you, Nancy. All right, so one of the things that we did to help, was we looked into doing a mutual aid agreement with, Oxford Housing Authority with Barry Nadone, just for CHAMP. So I have a contract here, you all have a copy of it in your packet. I'm looking, it's the last page is what I'd like you to review as board members, and I'll read it for everyone here. It says, in entering into this agreement with the Warren Housing Authority, the staff of the Oxford Housing Authority will be helping manage the CHAMP program, only for the next 30 days, May 13th, 2023, end date. If we need to extend the mutual aid agreement at that time, we can revisit the terms. The terms of payment for this agreement are as follows. The hourly wage to be charged for the Oxford Housing Authority employee is $21.42 an hour. This hourly fee will only be charged for hours worked. So while she's doing the Warren Housing Authority list and doing the work on the computer and printing out and doing all of that, that's when we pay her. We don't pay her for her time in Oxford. She is going to be doing it from the Oxford Housing Authority. There will be a charge for postage. They have a machine, they weigh it, and it puts a stamp on it, so it's all done, by the post office, so that's all legit. And then it says, supplies if needed, Warren Housing Authority to supplies otherwise. The only supplies would be maybe a ream of paper and the envelopes in which to mail the CHAMP application packets to potential applicants. Oxford Housing will send a monthly invoice to the Warren Housing Authority for wages, postage, and supplies if used. So I'm looking for a motion to approve this mutual aid agreement for help with CHAMP through the Oxford Housing Authority.
I make a motion, we approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed unanimously. Okay, one down. Okay, next one. Community room. Okay, so we have a couple of things here on the community room. One, as I said in the minutes, as I read the minutes from the last meeting when all of this was pending, you can see that we have the couches, we have that nice black leather recliner that works by pressing buttons, which is nice. The 65-inch TV is hooked up. It's all hooked up to cable. Anyone that doesn't come to the meetings, when you see them, please pass them along. Travis, do you have any idea, just a ballpark, of when you do these recordings, when they get put up on Channel 12?
Usually it's, as soon as I can, I throw it up like twice a day for like 2 weeks.
So today is Thursday. If
Today,
someone,
so first viewing will probably be like tomorrow morning, just because they have a selectmen's meeting tonight. So I can't really overlap this meeting with the selectmen. But I try to shoot for like the same time, so like probably be like 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock.
They have a guide on Channel 12 that tells
Right, but I'm just trying to get an idea, so pass it along to people who are not able to come to this meeting, but they want to know and hear about all the different things that are happening for them, that they can come in here, hit the power button on the TV, put in Channel 12, and look on the menu and see when it will be televised, and then come back in here and they can watch it on that 65-inch TV, and they can see all of the back of your heads in front of our faces and hear all of my loud voice. But it will be good because it will help answer a lot of questions, and so, it
Are
makes
they-
you feel like you can
Are they
participate.
having closed caption on that too?
How are we doing on the closed caption?
So I could potentially, I'd have to discuss with a few different companies to do closed caption, and I know the town had kind of mentioned it, but it is a big cost, which is why we hadn't looked into it before. It is something I can start looking into. It wouldn't be till after June, cause I already know I don't have it in my budget to get that up and running, cause you basically gotta buy the equipment, and then there's usually like a monthly or a yearly service fee. For people that have internet access, all the videos are uploaded to YouTube, and when you're on YouTube, there's actually a button that says transcript, and it'll give you a transcript of the meeting as best as their computer system can, transcribe it. So it's not 100% accurate, but from what I've seen, it's fairly close.
Okay, so it's something that, so let's say Sunday morning at 9 o'clock, our meeting is on the TV. If we press the caption button, closed caption button on our TV, it won't work.
The TV might do it. It all depends on the TVs itself.
Well, that's,
Most newer TVs, it's a processor built into the TV.
right,
I don't know how it works as far as with like coming off a cable system.
okay,
I know like if you're using like the streaming services, like Netflix and all them, it's a streaming service that's
Right.
inserting that closed caption.
right. Well, I guess what I'll do is I'll come in this week and I'll hit the closed caption button on the TV and
Well, there's
see
one
if
on
it
the
works.
remote too.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean, I didn't mean I was gonna go hit the
Oh.
TV.
Yeah.
You're taking me too literally. Okay, so I have one last piece of furniture that I'm picking up today. It is the side table, the small like side table, end table, whatever you call it, which matches the other two pieces, and then that will be it. So anybody try sitting in the chairs, those chairs we got. I got all 3 round tables for in here. When Virginia comes back from her vacation, I'm throwing a painting smock on her, sticking a paintbrush in her hand, and she's gonna help me paint those tables. We're gonna fix them all up, get them all set up and everything. And then these will go in there. We're gonna get some nice tablecloths that are fitted, so that it's not this hanging down stuff, and all the chairs and everything will go in there. The light fixtures are gonna get taken out, and new ones will be coming in that are a little bit more updated. But other than that, so far, the bookcases, and I know that, I don't see her here, I know that someone did ask about the bookcases. These are falling apart, and that one, the building inspector had an issue with when they came to do my office. She said because this is the fire lane that is sticking out and it shouldn't be there. So when we went to look about taking it down and putting it in there, they're too wide. So I have a lead on 2 beautiful matching oak bookcases, solid oak bookcases, that will fit in there. And so what I would like to do, we're gonna have an LTO meeting by the middle of May, and then I'd like to put a committee together for most of the people that like all the books, and have them go through them and see which ones have been here for 25 years and maybe have outlived their
Oh,
read.
don't worry, I have 2 bags full.
Well, you're
You
not.
right, Debbie McCarthy, something wrong?
Okay, but we have to take care of the ones we have first. I mean, if you literally go and look, you will see those books are dusty, the bookshelves are dusty, they're coming apart, and so, especially where we're gonna have this room painted, they need to come down and the holes need to be patched and everything, so. We will still have bookcases, they'll just be nicer ones, and more sturdy, and they'll be in that room, and, And, huh?
It's a biohazard to have the dusty,
Yeah,
the paper mites and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Never
So-
had that in 30 years.
so, and the thing of it is the bookcases that I have a lead on, they're not big, wide ones like that. They're narrower. So it's gonna be much easier to take books out and dust and clean and put them back, as opposed to this is kind of daunting.
Okay, Mary Ann's job, Dustin. Clean.
No, not my job. Not my job.
Not mine either.
Well, then don't. Okay, so as far as the community room, we have 2 estimates for the board's purview, so please look at the one for Maloney Flooring. Looks like this. Okay, and that one is, now I got 2 prices. I got one from a flooring company, and they wanted almost $5,400. Okay, and then this guy here, he's from Westfield, Maloney Flooring, and he came in with a price when I cried, old senior center, help, please. We're over here, yeah, we need this done. He came back with a price of doing everything, closets, all of this room, the hallways, the dining room, the kitchen, for $3,000. So, that $3,000 and the money for the flooring will come out of the laundry money. But I want the board to read what it says, know that, you know, there'll still be a cost for materials. That's not in this is just for installation. But I think we'll probably end up where we were for the one, less than where we were for the one company that wanted just for installation, so. So I'm looking for a motion to approve the estimate for Maloney Floorings to install the LVT. So it's the luxury vinyl tile. It's waterproof, scratch resistant. It's a click and lock floor, so it will butt up to where the rug meets and everything. It's much easier to clean and take care of. And there'll be no disruption of these tiles. It goes right over these tiles. So if there is anything old and suspicious in the glue in this old building, we won't even have to worry about it, because this is approved by the government's the state environmental program. If there was any glue, asbestos glue, or even some asbestos tiles, putting this luxury vinyl tile planking floor over it eliminates the problem. Okay, so again, I'm looking for a motion. I think I have exhausted that topic. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we accept Mahoney's.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Virginia?
Sure you're awake?
So wait.
Okay. The motion has passed unanimously. Okay, so now another thing is the painting. This is a price that was given to me by the gentleman who's been doing all the apartments. So you find yours, Bobby?
I'm looking. Oh, I saw that one coming.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, I got it, I got it.
Have to tell David.
For tolls.
That's not true.
Let them out the way.
Dream on.
Well, okay, he doesn't. He has, it'll be on his license plate, but again, I told you, he's, it's not free. Okay, in this thing, Nancy's trying to say that there is no toll for the Mass Pike.
No, there's no toll to get that little thing in your window,
Oh, the
Okay,
red
and
one.
that's the cheapest.
But it doesn't matter. We can't force a contractor to tell his employee he has to get one of those things. They did put in, the person that's coming out, I don't know if you guys have ever had an opportunity to talk to Jason.
The next guy.
He is a very nice guy, and he does a very nice job. Jason has gotten very sick, very sick. and he's not the Jason that I knew from last summer.
What about
He's,
the helper?
well, he's hired now, he's got 4
Oh, really?
crews. Yeah, so he has a guy named, let's add more confusion, David. And so David, his supervisor, or his
Maybe.
Right.
general contractor, maintenance, whatever you wanna call him, he's not a maintenance person. He's the head guy for his company. He is the only one that will be coming out here to do this. They'll be doing, because they have commitments to other apartments and other housing authorities. Jason Stratos Painting does Amherst and South Hadley and Belchertown. He works out that way, Springfield. So he's gonna take that crew. But Dave came out, we went over everything, we talked about everything. So before I ask for a motion, I just want to explain to everybody, he's going to paint everything you can see here. The only thing he's not painting is the blue hall. Because that blue hall was just done recently. David told me 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
David
something like
Maintenance
that.
David Johnson, said it's only been 4 or 5 years ago
Yeah.
that was painted. So there's no reason to repaint that. Plus, we're in the coloring of the furniture, the coloring of the rug, the fact that that's a blue-gray, we're doing a light gray on these walls, a soft light that will keep things bright and airy. And once the light gray is put on these walls and the dining room and all in here, it'll take that blue and it'll pull out more of the gray in it. So it will look nice. It won't look like it's not matching.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it will coordinate well. The other thing he's going to do is he's sanding and he's using an alkylid paint, which is a very hard paint once it dries, and he's painting all the trim, all the windows a bright white. It takes 5 days for it to cure. So once all the paint, we're gonna have to close the community room, but not the laundry room, because as I said, we're not gonna do the hall. So you'll be able to come in and still do your laundry and what have you. We're doing the trim in the dining room and in the living room and this room. It hardens really strong, and it's a really good quality. Nancy, I'll take I out of this. I made the suggestion because it was made to me. Sherwin-Williams carries this paint. Sherwin-Williams is a good quality paint.
Yeah.
And so what Jason told me is if Nancy opens an account, and there's no cost to opening an account, but because we're a housing authority, if we open an account with them, their expectation is we'll get all our paint needs from them. So they give a sizable discount. So we're gonna look into that,
Even if we only get one more can.
okay? So the flooring, the LVT tile is going to be a plank, looks like wood, but it's gonna be also in a gray tone, and then with the gray color. The accent wall, Michelle, I hope you're listening, is going to be navy blue in the dining room. That whole bay window, that whole wall is going to be navy blue.
That's gonna be nice.
And so we're trying to make this look nice. Okay, so Nancy's in a hurry.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, good, okay, then why are you looking at me going,
Aren't you looking at the window saying baby blue?
no, not the window, the wall.
Oh, the wall.
Just the
Okay.
wall by that bay window,
Okay.
that's gonna be a
Okay.
nice deep navy blue.
That'd
Okay.
be nice, huh?
With the nice white,
We'll bring it out.
and then I'm gonna order that vinyl, it's like a contact paper, but it's ultra thick, and it's a peel and stick, and it's made for countertops. Because the windowsill, the thing platform,
Ruined.
that's like but it's also like a laminate.
Yeah.
So if you painted it, the paint is just gonna roll, and then it's gonna take forever, and then when it dries, it's gonna chip. And, we still would like to be able to put plants there and stuff, so I'm gonna order that roll, and I'll put that down. I put it down on my counters in my apartment, and it really holds up
Very
really,
nice.
really well. And it's easy to clean, it's easy to wipe down, I'll do it in that marble white with just a little bit striations of gray in it, you know,
Should have been
and yes, I know,
Yeah,
people,
it should have been.
people tell me that, I've been told that forever, you should have been in
It is,
interior
just
design.
doesn't look
Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to accept the estimate for Jason Stratos for, what?
yes, half the mileage. You say you said?
Yeah, he did say, because that was one of the things that came up,
Mhm.
the travel expenses, so he said if that was an issue, he would cut it in half. So that's $416 though, it would be 208,
Yeah.
so. Well, the guy is coming from Southwick?
Westfield.
Huh?
Westfield, you said?
No, that's the floor guy.
Oh,
The
Southwick.
paint guy is
That's
coming
the
from,
Agawam.
That's by, no,
Yes.
Southwick is way
Yeah.
the
isn't
other
it
way.
past Southbridge and heading
Yeah,
that
it's
way?
going
No,
south.
Southwick's about
Southwick's that way? Hey, what do I know, I'm from Metro West.
Southwick is the next town over from Westfield.
Yeah.
so it is very
Oh, it
close.
is,
Yes.
okay.
So why is he saying,
Yeah.
no, see, why is he saying that much? Because it's like only 45 cents one
Because-
way, so it's like 80
Wear and
cents.
tear in the
Probably
truck,
gas.
oil,
Yeah.
gas.
Right,
Well,
gas and all
Oh,
of
that's for
that.
that, that's not just for the tolls.
Right, no, it's
Oh.
the travel, to and from the job site, and that price includes the tolls and
Oh,
the
okay.
gas and all of that.
Oh, okay.
But Jason did say if that was a problem, then he would cut it in half. Okay? So again, looking for a motion.
Oh, I make a motion we accept the bid.
I second it.
Okay, so, all in favor to accept this estimate for the Warren Housing Authority to pay for the painting of the community room?
With half the
All in
price-
favor?
with
Aye.
half the price
Aye.
of mileage.
Huh?
With
With
half the-
half the cost of the mileage. Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Virginia,
Ridiculous.
Virginia, aye. Okay, good, moving on. TV policy. Well, as you can see, we're knee deep in all kinds of stuff here, and so we haven't had an opportunity to write up anything yet. She hasn't had the chance to do it. There's a lot of stuff going on, with housing. And so, but, basically what we're looking to do is just set up some policy, because the last thing we wanna do is have somebody come in here on a Sunday afternoon when it's football season, and then have people in here playing bingo. So we gotta figure out a way that, you know, if we make the game room over there, and people are amenable, and they close that slider, and they play their games, play their cards, or play bingo, and doesn't interfere, and they feel okay with watching the TV, that's one thing. Obviously, whenever everyone can communicate, get along, and come up with a plan, that's fine. But we are working on trying to figure that out, because, you know, some people, have hearing issues, and that TV can get pretty loud, and so we don't want it to compete and cause any agitation, so. It won't be a major, policy, but just something that says, you know, consideration. Okay, remote public meeting extension. So, there is an extension in here that our new governor has decided that she was going to do. So just letting the board members know that on March 29th, 2023, Governor Healy signed into law Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, an act of making, which appropriate for the fiscal year of 2023 to provide for supplemental certain existing appropriations and for certain other activities and projects, which among other things extends the expiration of the provisions pertaining to the open meeting law, March 31st, 2025. So in other words, she's circumventing the open meeting law and allowing us to continue to do things remotely. That's why legally it's okay for Virginia to be on the phone and it's still being considered attending the meeting. If once we get set up and we can do Zoom, you know, on the TV, and Derek, our selectman, is working on that. He came out here and we met, and maybe I can get some ideas from Travis as to how we can, you know, figure all of that out. then we'll try and do that. My goal, with doing that would be that you guys sitting over there, maybe we can have Travis live like you do in the selectmen's meeting, so some of you back there can see it on the TV and, you know, it may be a little easier as to trying to get everybody to be able to see what's happening here. So, okay, so that's just letting you know that she has changed it and it has been extended to 2025.
I don't even have it.
You don't?
No.
Well, here, you can have one. I don't mind sharing. Okay, that's done. Changes to the sanitary code.
Yeah, that's it.
Where is that one? Is that this one? Oh, yes. Well, this is gonna put a smile on your faces.
Yeah,
Really, it is. I didn't put a smile on her face.
no.
So if it doesn't put a smile on her face, guaranteed it's gonna put a smile on yours. Okay, so one of the changes to the sanitary code is from now on,
Yep.
if you do not have a refrigerator when you move in here, the Warren Housing Authority will be buying you one.
Wow.
Don't break your teeth, your.
Right, we don't want anybody taking a sledgehammer to the refrigerator they have. That would not be, you know,
No.
but obviously, if you have one and it dies and it's not repairable, then you'll get a new one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's good. What else, Nancy? What am I missing?
The rest really doesn't apply, just the refrigerators to them, the rest.
Wasn't there something else though?
I don't think so. The heating requirements, the pest
Pet
inspections.
inspections,
And everybody.
pest, that's the other thing.
So,
So every apartment now that is empty,
yes,
once it gets refurbished and it's done, then we're gonna send in Modern Pest Supply, Modern Pest Services to go in and, fill out a document that states it's free of any rodents or ants or anything like that.
may I speak?
Sure.
David is going to take that class.
Oh, that's right, that's
Oh,
right.
David,
So-
so take.
So David has agreed to take the class, so David will be doing it, so that's two new things to the sanitary code. Okay, so was I lying, or do you have a smile on your face about refrigerators?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, but that's
If you
if
don't
you
have one, you
just
get
move
one.
in.
Yeah, we already got one.
Well, I already got one.
That's all
Yes,
you can
but-
buy.
but if
I know,
it
I
dies-
understand.
if it dies, now you don't have to worry about, oh my God, I can't buy food this month, cause I have to buy a refrigerator.
But wasn't it like that before?
Years
Then
ago.
they took it
Then,
away.
yeah, then they took it away.
And it's not like the refrigerators are handy either, they're not just gonna, they don't have the sizes like we use here.
Okay,
That's the
so,
problem, same with the stoves.
audit consent letters, is that this?
Yes,
That's this?
yeah, Lisa, yeah.
Okay. Rent collections, obtaining an understanding of key controls over rent collections, write-offs, and accounts receivable. Okay. Perform a walkthrough of 1 to 3 individual rent receipts to verify that controls are in place as documented. Trace amounts reported on Form 51-4 to the general ledger for accuracy and completeness. Obtain details of write-offs and verify that write-offs were included in accounts receivable at the beginning of the year and have been approved by the board. Select a sample of uncollected TAR accounts and verify rent collections is in compliance with LHA's rent policies. So basically how this is inter-office, but there is one part of it that is part of every tenant. So where is that letter? Isn't it all part of that?
Just that they choose 5 places to go into, and we have to give them notice. We're a small housing authority, so it would be 5 apartments here
Okay,
that they have to go into, which you will get notice. It's not like she's just walks into your apartment.
okay. So,
Could you repeat that?
There are
Because we're-
5 apartments that the audit has to inspect.
Oh, the audit, okay.
right, right. So, because we're a small, it says state units 1 to 199. Well, we have, what?
103, I counted it today. Huh.
We have 103 state?
No, yeah, no, that's the federal, the whole.
Right, no, what is our state, isn't it 60?
Take on 66. that's right.
66. Okay, so we're clearly a small,
Yeah.
and so the sample size is 5. A medium of 200 to 499, they would need to inspect 10, okay? Very large, 1,000 or more,
They
that
do
would
it
be
every
20,
year.
okay?
Yeah, they do it every year.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just to let you know that that's
Need a
something,
motion.
that's, oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you have
I
to
gotta
sign
sign
it, okay, so,
I'm not signing my life away.
well, it's your signature that's needed.
I know, but you have to say they.
Okay. I'm looking for a motion to approve the,
Who's from?
David.
Oh, he's not here.
it could be my office.
I think it's your office.
My office.
Oh,
You know, I do have an office, though.
okay,
Oh, why did I-
Okay, so,
that's good.
so I'm looking for a motion for the audit consent letter.
I make a motion with
You're thinking,
Virginia, where'd you go?
are you seconding it?
Yay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion is passed unanimously.
I gotta send this to her.
Okay, so now we're looking for the wage match, which is the next one. This one affects tenants more so. So wage match for state housing program for tenants. Wage match must be conducted for state housing program tenants, including tenants in conventional housing, MRVP, and AHVP, for every adult member age 18 and over of the tenant household residing in state housing programs. All Massachusetts housing authorities and nonprofit agencies that administer state-funded housing programs must participate in the wage match program, which was first implemented in 2004. The pertinent law and regulations can be found at MGL C 62E, MGL-C 66A, 760 CMR 6.00, and 801 CMR 3.00. Because LHAs and nonprofits through the system have access to personal data as defined by MGL-C 66A, LHAs and nonprofits must ensure the confidentiality of information requested and received through the wage match system. As such, LHAs are subject to and must comply with all applicable laws and regulations relating to confidentiality and privacy, including but not limited to MGL C 62E, MGL-L C 62A, 760 CMR 4.0, and 801 CMR 3.00. Any unauthorized disclosure of wage reporting information will result in immediate termination of your LHA's or nonprofit's authorization to receive such information. As a holder of personal data, an unauthorized disclosure of wage reporting information may subject your LHA or nonprofit to payment of monetary damages. In addition, an unauthorized release of wage reporting information may subject your employer to a fine. Okay, so that's how you're covered. So your participation in this is completely confidential. However, it's required. The wage match processing occurs between local housing authorities and the Massachusetts Department of Revenue, DOR, with DHCD as the pass-through agency. DHCD, as the pass-through of information between an LHA and DOR, is responsible for making sure that LHAs adhere to the guidance, laws, and policies that surround the use of wage match system. A limited number of LHAs responded to the required annual certification collected by DHCD. We issued this notice to ensure that the system functions in accordance with the DOR requirements and ensures 100% compliance with certification submissions. DHCD, through this notice, 1, reminds LHAs of the guidelines for use of wage match and restate an annual requirement to complete the certification. 2, request that all housing authorities submit the form, Executive Director, Board Approval regarding wage match V2 updated 2023 Attachment A. This form must be returned to DHCD within 60 days of the issuance of this PHN. 3, implements a new online submission requirement in the fiscal year certifications for FY24, submitted via Housing Authority Financial Information Systems. Guidelines for the use of wage match and annual certification requirements. For whom is wage match conducted in notification process, confidentiality and controls, procedures for handling cases of income discrepancy, identifying cases of income discrepancy, meetings, hearings, process, reporting adverse actions to DHCD. And also include attachments, sample letters to tenants, income, assets, tax matches, adverse action reports, Executive Director Board Approval replaced with updated PHN 2023-03 Attachment A. Wage match, acknowledgement regarding confidentiality, DOI disclosure and security training, DHCD identifying and safeguarding information training. I mean, this is all the stuff that the board, will be going through and knowing about, which we already have with our DHCD training. Online submissions required starting 6/30/2024. So this, actually, as I'm reading this, Nancy, it's not gonna start until June of 2024, so a year from this June. And so basically what it's saying is, when you do your research, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you do your research and you claim that this is your only income and you're working, they're gonna do a wage match. So they're gonna get in touch with the DOR and make sure that it matches.
It comes right back through an email.
So,
And that's basically all.
okay, so I am looking for the board to approve, okay, Executive Director Board Approval regarding wage match V2. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, you accept it.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Virginia?
Aye.
Just going to sleep.
Virginia?
Virginia! She died.
Virginia?
How do you know what the question was?
You're not instilling confidence, Virginia. Okay, I am signing this as we have unanimous approval.
Yeah.
April,
That's in case you're making money on the side, you haven't told me.
Hot here and.
well, no, not really. There's some way that, come on, guys. Everybody can make mistakes, right? Isn't that what everybody tells the IRS? I didn't realize I put that down. Okay. So we did the audit consent, so there you go, you got that, you can send it on its way.
Yeah.
Okay, Modern Pest Services for
That's good.
Wesco. Well, evidently when we did our agreement with Modern Pest, we thought it was for all of the Warren Housing Authority. Yeah, no, it just was Winthrop Terrace. So, this is what they want just to do Wesco, which is 6 apartments. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Are they catching them by hand and walking them out, or?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It's crazy.
Or relocating them to a high rise. Okay, so you can see the numbers, you can see it, they're asking for,
It's crazy.
$3,150 for a total annual agreement. And total cost of annual agreement, year one after 5% of prepaid or other discount, $2,992.50. They're looking for $730 to start.
Can we buy them fly spotters?
So I am I'm open to thoughts from the board.
Is this the only dig you got?
Well, that's who we have is Modern Pest, so it would be kinda hard to bring in
Yeah.
another, you know. I mean,
It's
is
not worth
it,
it. It's not
is
worth
it something that David, especially if he's gonna go and get this
Yeah,
certificate for 6 apartments, that David could manage?
Yeah.
I think so, but that's my opinion, and I
Can't
don't,
you just use those little bait things?
Sure. but what I'm saying is, that's my opinion, and I want your opinion, you're the board
Yeah.
members, and, you know,
Yeah.
I'm one person.
That's
That's
crazy.
a lot of money.
Okay,
It's more than you.
Are they having an issue?
No,
no,
there are bats upstairs, but that's okay.
There's bats everywhere.
well, bats are a whole different program.
That's
Yeah,
not-
Just so
not
you
at
know,
all.
bats aren't covered under this.
Yeah, but that's what the insects.
Yeah,
Right, and
that's
they're,
probably
and
why they don't have any trouble with it.
that's right.
Yeah.
And sure, as the rodents run to try to get in, the bats swoop down and
That's
grab
right.
them.
Yeah.
Bats are protected,
Yeah.
so you can't do anything
Do that.
to exterminate them. You have to find a new home for those. And that's a whole different cost.
I don't think so.
Okay, so, so my opinion is that I don't think we should invest this kind of money in it.
I
I
second that
agree with
opinion.
you, I don't think so.
Virginia,
I agree.
you agree that we,
Don't do it.
Nancy Brown,
I feel if, David is getting his license, right?
yes,
Or getting certified,
yes,
Then why can't you
it's,
do it?
it's not like it's a whole complex.
No.
Correct.
Big complex.
okay.
Yeah.
Well said.
I think,
Very
I
good.
don't think it's worth it, I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
And he can do preventive, if they're not having an issue now.
Right.
yeah, they're not.
There's ways you can
Right, be proactive
proactive and prevent.
and prevent it. So, okay, so, I'm looking for a motion
I make a
to
motion for
reject.
someone to take a walk.
I second that one.
All in favor of not accepting, the Modern Pest for West School?
Oh, my God.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried, passed unanimously. Okay, now, if anybody saw this and read it, it was a misprint,
What's that?
and I hope nobody panicked. Number
Yeah,
13, where it says smoke fee
Smoke
policy.
fee.
yeah.
It's not a smoke fee policy, it's the smoke-free policy. And so what we have done is just on the last page, we have amended that page. This will be sent out to all of you to add to, doesn't change the smoking, the policy, doesn't change that this is now, as of Sunday, April 23rd, a smoke-free property. And I am going to put it out there that I have noticed that people are going up to the crow's nest. We put the smoking things out there and people are going out there. So thank you for everyone who's doing that. This is only going to change one thing, and that's second offense. And what it is doing, this amended page is saying that we're not gonna do an unannounced inspection. When there's a second complaint, what it stated previously was an unannounced inspection. And unfortunately, that made everybody think that someone was gonna come in with a key and just walk into their apartment. It was that we weren't gonna send you out a notice, because obviously, if we tell you we're coming in 3 days, guess what? All the ashtrays are gonna get empty. Right, all the, the air fresheners are gonna be, sprayed and everything.
Smoke, they're still gonna smell.
Well, that's the thing, it was never intended to make anyone feel like they had no right to their apartment, that's their home and that's where they live. So we've changed it, and what it says now is, second offense, written warning which will be entered into the tenant file, which is the same as it was. A 48-hour notice of unit inspection will be made after time of complaint /report of smoking odor, okay? And as I said before when we had our meeting, if there is a complaint, you complain about someone in your building, it's you know, there has to be evidence. You have to, you know, you have to be able to say you're choking to death. You got people coming in your apartment saying, do you smoke? I smell smoke. It's not gonna be, oh, I'm angry at you today, so I'm gonna call and say you're smoking. That's not how this is gonna work. It's gonna be fair and equitable, but it has to be fair and equitable for everybody. So that's the only thing that has changed on this. It has been amended. It says this policy was established September 8th of 2020, which there was a smoking policy then. The policy reviewed and amended February 23rd of 2023, and second offense reviewed and amended on April 27th, 2023. That's today. So I'm looking for a motion to accept the amended smoking policy.
I make a motion to accept the amended no smoking policy
For
for the house,
second offense.
for second offense.
Do I have a second?
I second
I
it.
second it.
There we go.
This is way enough.
All in favor?
No.
Aye. Motion carried, passed unanimously. Okay, we already did the community rooms, painting and all of that, that's done. Okay, I do have something that I wanna share
What are
with the
these
board.
things?
You could be in that.
That's, we did that already.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, there should be a PHN
I
in,
got two of them.
oh, well, that was a mistake. So lucky you, wallpaper with it.
Maybe that was mine, I had it before.
Oh, okay. All right, so one of the things I want to go over, and this is primarily with the board, okay? Housing authority boards have thought that they just come to a meeting and we do this fun stuff, we laugh, we do, yep, we pass this, we do that, and that's the extent of what we're supposed to do. Yeah, well, DHCD has decided to spell out what our responsibilities are. So you guys all have copies, right? You have one, Barbara?
I do.
You have one, look for
I'm
yours,
not sure about that.
because I'll give you mine
I think I
if
got
you
two of these
don't.
instead, that's what it was.
I'll give you mine if you don't. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, see it? That's it. Okay, so this is what it says. Board members also serve as a check and balance to protect against fraud and abuse at LHAs. Examples of policies that protect the budget and sound management of the LHA include board members, so you're gonna see a theme here. Before every one of these I read, it says, board members
That's not what
shall.
That's not what this says, dear.
It isn't?
You got the right one.
Okay, so that's not that one. Okay.
It's a one pager.
It's a one page.
Right, I don't
Oh,
have a
this
one
is,
pager.
this is the wage match.
Right, I got two of those.
Okay, so just, I'll give you mine.
All right.
I'll give you mine. Just listen.
I'm listening.
Did you bring your ears? Okay, so it says, and this stuff is, it's all part of the training and the board member training manual with, which Bobby just did, I did. We have to do it every other year. So mine will be coming up in another year in December. So I'll be redoing it, and if there's any changes or anything like that. And so it says, board members shall ascertain that bookkeeping and accounting practices include good internal controls, separation of duties, and a strong system of checks and balances which will reduce the risk of thefts and embezzlements, either externally or internally. Board members shall implement a policy regarding diligent hiring and screening process, including reference checks as part of the LHA's personnel policy. The board members shall follow at least as stringent procedures when hiring executive directors. Board members shall be aware of laws that require fair and competitive procurement of goods and services, as well as construction projects, and require that the LHA meets these procurement standards. Board members shall set a high standard for integrity and work with the LHA's executive director to ensure that ethical standards are upheld, conflicts of interest are avoided, and applicable rules are established and followed. Board members shall understand the purpose, intent, and significance of the Agreed Upon Procedures, AUP, and Performance Management Review, PMR. You'll hear those acronyms often in our meetings. Board members should view results of an audit or review as a management tool. Board members shall ensure that there are strong policies and controls surrounding the use of the LHA's cash handling and credit cards. Board members shall safeguard the LHA's reputation and goodwill in the community. So it just, it kind of, you know, it says contracting practices, retain legal counsel, collective bargaining agreements and or employment law if applicable, analyze of the financial and legal consequences, conflict of interest issues, compliance with Massachusetts law and DHCD regulations and guidelines. So basically, this part here is what we're obligated to do. So here's yours. Keep it at the ready, and whenever, I don't know what that means.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I learned something today.
There you go.
I learned other things, but I think.
Yes, I could learn to find a muzzle, or a big piece of tape.
Oh, you gotta make this a little fun, this is.
Well, I think we've been having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're
Just
gonna,
think you're wrong.
now we're going to move on to financials.
I've been to the dentist and had more fun.
Oh my God. Okay, so one of the things, because Virginia, Barbara's partner, isn't here to do the tedious task of checking the checks against the warrant, I did it with Nancy.
Oh, great.
So they're all done. Yay!
There is a guy.
So now there is a God.
Where are the checks?
You left them in the office, you're a wonder.
Can I have the keys to get in the office, because I don't have the key to the door, outside door. Please. I thought you took the whole packet.
Oh, okay.
No, I handed it to you, you were doing the elastic band, I grabbed this and.
Ladies,
You took the elastic band, I have the folder.
You need to, yeah, you were adjusting it. Please bring those back.
you getting all this on camera?
Yeah.
Where did you go with your keys?
I don't know, leave them somewhere, drop
Put it
them
on the
somewhere.
comedy hour.
That's okay, I went to the post office yesterday and the girl took my keys and went over them. I'm standing there stranded.
That's why I said what I said. She put them up on the counter, some woman took them and left.
Oh my goodness.
Thank God she had her phone number on her.
Sandy.
Bye, Sandy, thank you for coming.
Welcome.
Okay, I guess maybe while we're waiting for her to do that, I could do this. I haven't opened it, everyone sees I haven't opened it. I was given this by Lynn last week, and she asked me to do what I wanted with it. I said, well, do you want me to read it? She said, fine, yeah, read it, burn it. So I'm opening it for the first time. I've not read this before, so it says, April 13th, 2023, Mary Ann Petruski, Chairman, Warren Housing Authority Board of Commissioners, 95 Winthrop Terrace, Warren, Mass. Dear board members, please accept this as my formal resignation from my position as Commissioner on the Warren Housing Authority. My last day will be May 2nd, 2023. I am grateful for all your support during my time here, and I appreciate all the valuable experiences I have gained. It has been a sincere honor and privilege working with the Warren Housing Authority's Executive Director, the Board of Commissioners, and the ancillary personnel. Please let me know how I can help during this transition and make it as smooth as possible. Best wishes and thank you for everything. Lynn Duffy O'Shea. So, you know, she has been on the board since what, 2004?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
so she's done her duty. She's done her duty. It's time now to focus on other things. And so, anybody that would like a copy of this? No?
No, I
Okay.
don't know.
For the board, this is for the board. So I would say that I will make a copy of it and I will put it in our folders for next,
That'll be fine.
okay, will that be okay? All right, I will do that. Okay,
For the checks.
and my keys.
Alright.
Do you wanna read this? We can go over the warrants, cause the checks have already been checked. Do you wanna read this?
Oh. Okay. This is dated April 13, 2023. It is to the chair, Mary Ann. Please accept this as my formal resignation from the
I
position.
read it already. I gave it to you to read because you weren't here.
I thought you said read it.
No, I said,
She did.
here.
She did.
Read me, no, read it.
Oh my God, he continues. Okay.
And what I have suggested is that I will make a copy of it and I'll put it in the folders for the next meeting
Okay,
and everybody can have a copy of it.
okay, now we got these financials.
Okay. So I already know what they are, so, you can
No, we got
look at them. Any questions? Oh, well, should we do the financials first and then the warrants?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the financials first.
Okay,
A
so.
message from Gary.
Hmm.
A message from Gary, I think I've read
So-
the song.
Okay.
You know, this should come with instructions, don't you think? I mean, it's just numbers.
Well, yeah, it is, yeah, just what we have balances left, basically what it is. And, yeah, that's it, and it gives you February and March, both of them, so you can see what we had and what we still have. The checking account for 705, which is the West School. The Section 8 is the portion that, Denham Housing does for me, and the tenants receivable, if anybody has not, paid, it's down here also. And the laundry. Now, we don't have a laundry for March because the money is in that coin machine. So until we get some money back, I can't tell
Right.
him.
So what we're doing is, we take the quarters out of the machines, the washers and dryers, and we fill the coin machine. When the coin's empty and it's all paper money, then that money comes out and goes to the bank. So it's gonna take a little catch up. We still have, don't you still have quarters that we're
Yes,
taking?
a whole bunch.
Yeah, so we have a lot of quarters to
Yes.
disseminate, but basically what's gonna happen is, it's just gonna be a process of recycling. Honest and truly, we're watching to see how long these quarters, how long they go, because truthfully, you're just, unless people are going in there making change and leaving, most of the time, you're putting money in so you can take quarters to put them back in the machine. So it's like a revolving door. So truthfully, Nancy, once we see a month of this,
Yeah.
what quarters you have, you can take to the bank and deposit.
I can't even lift it, I tried.
Well, David.
Holy God.
Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Okay, so that's okay, the 400 account still has, a balance of $19,225. 705-1A has very little, it's in a hole, because most of the place is empty. We only have 2 apartments there now that are filled, the rest are all empty. The Mass Housing is taking this over, and they have a whole different, it's not going to DHCD anymore, or HUD, Mass Housing is gonna have it. So there's all kinds of new rules and regulations that they are going to propose, new leases, new everything, so.
Are we still gonna get a piece of the action?
Oh, yeah,
Okay, just-
my God.
Will it be, the same or more or less? You know?
That I don't know.
Okay.
'Cause, and of course, in this wonderful MRVP program, which is down the street, it's project-based in Mobile, we only have $33 in there. So, in the Section A, we only have 1,244, but HUD gives us the money on the first of every month, and then we just pay all the landlords that are on there. And Denham gets a certain portion, and we get the balance, that's it. Very simple. Because most of my places are in the Boston area, I'm not going to Boston. And the others are the quarterly reports, which Gary does and sends in, so we don't even get to see that, well, don't really get to see it, it's here, but it's, doesn't mean anything to me. Cause it goes right to Boston and they check it.
Okay.
Mr.
So now-
Bonzi.
So now the only thing, unless you have a question on the warrant, do you have a question? Any
No.
questions? Okay, we have to sign the checks. So I don't know, Bobby, do you wanna go over there with our
It's up to
treasurer? Cause
you.
she's advancing.
Oh, no.
So give her all the checks and you two sign them.
Do I need this over there? You got one of these?
No, you just need to sign checks, cause we've
They've
already.
already done
They've already done that.
So should I ask,
that.
should I ask for a vote or wait till the checks are signed?
You can ask her.
Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to approve the financials and the warrant.
I make a motion to approve.
I second it.
Gene, I heard you,
Okay, Virginia, you're seconding it?
I second it.
perfect.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Bobby?
Aye.
Motion
You
carried,
got a pen?
unanimous vote.
I'll give you this and you can put it back on the folder.
So I guess we can actually, right Nancy? We could close the meeting.
Yes, you can. Do you want to tell you?
Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to close the meeting at,
I make a motion, we close the meeting.
do I have a second?
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The meeting is closed at 3:07 PM.